Okay. The perfect pedal setup. 1,000 pedals, 0 pedals. You be the judge. Oh, no, wait. We'll be the judge. Stay tuned. Baxter here.
And Jonathan.
Back at Casino Guitars, sponsored by Big Dick's Halfway In. It's
Like the Ozarks. Check it out.
in the Ozarks. It's a wonderful place.
Wonderful.
To spend the day, spend the evening. It's a real place. We're not talking trash to you.
No.
But we're not really sponsored by them. We just thought the name was funny. Life is fun. So we're talking about pedals. We all know pedals are important, right?
Absolutely.
Pedals are fun. It's the spice of life. It's like, do you like food or do you like Indian food? Because Indian food's amazing. It is. And those who don't like it, I'm sorry, you're missing out on something great. And I think Indian women are the most beautiful women on earth, possibly too. Sorry to my bride. She's Kentucky, the opposite.
So they call that the India of the U.S.
I mean, I was going to say something like that. I wanted to go there. I was like, God, is this going to be offensive? But I'm so glad you did it. No,
That's good. It's good.
maybe just the most beautiful women in the U.S. are from Kentucky, and then the most beautiful women in the world are from India. There you go. Happy?
Done.
Happy. Men, I don't know. For both, I'm going to say thumbs down. Sorry. To the largest population in the world. I love your women, though. It's just the problem. Anyway, so pedals. I don't play with many to none. That's sort of like my sort of range. That's not healthy. I don't think that's a healthy thing either. I'm not saying I'm right. I don't drink coffee. I've never done a cigarette. You know, I have sort of weird things I do just because I like to challenge myself.
That's probably healthy. No coffee, no cigarettes.
Maybe.
I believe better for you.
You have what I would call, in my opinion, is a pedal problem.
That's possible.
You're gonna be like, no, it's just the right amount.
I mean, there are those with worse problems than me by far. But yeah, I like pedals. I love pedals. I think pedals are fun.
Ask his wife if there's worse problems. I don't think there is.
There are.
I think some waters like it. I would prefer you be having, illustrious affairs with supermodels across the planet than all these pedals you buy. Jonathan. No? Okay, fine. So how many pedals do you have on your board right now? Okay. Okay,
that's including a tuner.
Okay, I'm going to say the tuner. The tuner is a freebie.
So 10.
Okay. Tuner doesn't really count.
And that includes a wah.
And I'd almost say the wah was like a 0.5.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you like
9.5.
9.5 pedals. So, but maybe the tuner plus the wah equals 1.
That's because my power supply only powers that many.
So you're not going to have you don't have extra pedal boards to take out for different gigs?
I have a flight pedal board.
Okay.
That I like to fly with that I can go direct.
Are these all the pedals you own?
I don't have a ton more, but I have a handful of extra ones on top of that.
So now if you're watching, you might be one of those people that has more than 11, which I think 11 is a fair number to have.
To me, that's a big board. That's a big board for me, Now
I think you might have one of those pedal boards that has the extra board on top of the pedal board. And then you have 15 to 20 pedals?
I felt like there was a point where that was the norm. Like when
churches in particular.
Churches in particular, but just in general in the early 2000s.
But isn't that funny though? These churches have these great boards. It's and all you need is a big sky.
The cloudburst thing.
I'm sorry. Yeah, tell me if you don't have one of that's all you need if you're a church musician. Tell me if I'm wrong. Honestly, be honest with yourself.
You need 3 transparent drives.
Shut up. So my argument, and we got this vehement argument in pre-production the other day when it was Sean and Jonathan.
It almost broke out in arm wrestling.
I think you're dead wrong. Jonathan started to turn his hat around. Sean was fuming.
It's true.
Because you're poking the bear a little bit. I was like, I think 5 pedals is the optimal pedal board. I'm like, no, it's not possible. I think mine is extreme.
And you might have even said 4.
With that, 5 with your tuner.
With your tuner. Okay.
Yeah, all right. With your tuner.
So we'll throw tuners out. We'll just tuners again.
Let's say 4. I think 5 or 4 is the most union. We'll break down this is what I think. John is still going to disagree with me.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he's an addict and he has a problem.
I'm a contrarian.
And I'm an addict contrarian on the 0 thing. I still stick by 0, but that means you have to have a really cool amp, and you have to probably good guitar and be as amazing as.
And you're hey, so you're saying. I think that's your amp is a huge part of the equation.
If you have an amp with no reverb, we have issues. But then you gotta have unless you don't like that stuff, you can go. I had a 5-watt Gibson was my apartment amp for years. I just upgraded to the car.
Yep.
And I'm actually finding myself playing the amp a lot more right now. I'm not gonna upgrade to the 16 pedal board with that.
I mean, I played the 59 Basement reissue for years with no reverb, and I really missed it. Honestly, it's one of the few amps I think you just don't even need reverb.
No, but let's. The reason I was thinking 4 or 5 is like, let's break it down.
Okay,
you got to have one time type of pedal, right?
Like a delay,
a reverb or a delay.
Okay,
if you don't have reverb, and some of those pedals have that built into it. Yeah, you can get like the Earthquaker has the reverb and delay as one pedal.
Yeah,
Fence has the reverb and delay as a pedal too, I believe.
Yep.
The Strymon El Cap has like sort of a delay that you can sort of sub out as reverb if you want to be that way.
If you run a delay short enough,
yeah, it's like a slap back
then
more.
Yeah.
But or there's the Flint that can give you that trem and the reverb if you need that.
Fair enough.
There's lots of sort of dual purpose pedals there that are fantastic, not the shitty ones. Excuse my language.
You naughty boy.
I'm sorry.
So bad.
I do the Polyphia thing every time we mess up.
It's true.
It's a little leg squeeze.
Little knee squeeze. It's
I saw a great meme on them the other day. It was like, God, look at this shredding lesbian. I was like, God, Lord. It was being shared on like I think maybe, was it the Guitar shit posting?
Probably.
That's such a fun. I feel like if you haven't checked out the Guitar Center shit posting Facebook page, it's brilliant. I'm sorry, I got distracted. What were we saying? See, totally lost.
Oh, you're saying you have a Flint.
So you have your time bass pedal.
Yep.
Okay, let's say you have a drive.
Yep.
Let's say you have a fuzz. So that's 3 right there.
Okay.
What else do you really need? You want to have, I'm going to give you this because you like to have 13 boost on top of each other. Maybe another drive or a boost.
Yep.
What's the 5th pedal? You don't need a flanger.
Okay.
You don't need a ring modulator. You don't need to have like, well, what if I want to play cosmic country?
Okay. So forget phase 9. Even saying that was true, I'm not sure it is.
You don't.
But let's pretend
most
that
you don't use a phaser.
That's true. Let's just say, let's go with that, hypothetically. So I like the sound of stacked overdrives.
Okay.
Right? And I like, so like, it's different if I'm sitting in my house and I'm sitting in a chair and I can reach down and turn things. So like in a gig, I don't want to touch my pedal board. So maybe
never seen Radiohead?
Talking about real bands, man.
That's sorry.
Sorry. Don't cruise down in the comments. Radiohead's great.
Crucify
are wonderful. There was minus the very guy. Yeah, I don't know who.
Radio. You like to stack drive.
I like stack drives, and I like to have different combinations because it gives me different tones.
So this is the same type of person who goes to McDonald's and orders a hamburger. And it's like, I want a fish fillet on top of it.
Sure.
With a burger from Wendy's too.
That's
my same burger.
That's Derek.
That is Derek.
Derek is all about
Derek for life. Yeah, we love that.
There's a secret menu. So I like to do that, right? I do like modulation, so I like at least a tremolo, which you gave me that. But same thing for me with my reverbs and delays, right? So like typically if my
to stack reverbs and delays.
I don't want to stack them. That's the problem. I don't want to stack them.
You just need one.
Nope.
Yeah.
Here's why you're wrong.
No.
So let's say that I'm playing a 3-hour set, right? I've got my normal reverb on the amp that's always on. But it's like, you shouldn't even be able to really hear it. It should be subtle. You know what I mean? And then let's say that most of what I'm going to use is another really subtle slap back kind of delay thing. I want that. But I don't want to have to touch that when I get to the song where I want a crazy long reverb or a delay. Same thing if I want like a crazy long reverb.
I'm going to interrupt right now. So I can appreciate that, but it's where this is the caveat. He said where I want. I'm going to argue your audience can't tell piss difference.
They can't.
They different.
They can't unless it's a really noticeable effect. Like if you were going to play a U2 song.
Yeah, any of that stuff. Like when Zach does his little bass fuzz octave thing,
it's super cool.
And he does it once or twice a show, usually once. And that's a really cool thing. That I get that sort of, but I will argue to say most of the audience listening does not notice one rat's ass difference between
by
that delay stacks.
I'm gonna want you to give me your 2-rock, and you can start using the Helix.
I
because the audience
it probably wouldn't matter. And like, yeah, that's.
But you know where it matters. You know where it matters is you would feel better and you play better with your 2-rock. And I think it's the same with those sounds. Like maybe the audience doesn't know, but
maybe that's a good point. I'll give you that a little bit. I would wager maybe use too much time stuff though.
That's true.
Then the sound can get too like
it can absolutely can
because you're such a good player. I don't want to lose those notes that well too, and it's so much fun for you.
It is
because you're like wowsy. Here's a button I can press.
That's true. This is true. Yeah, that's the danger there. Yes,
the danger zone, as we call it. We've actually patented that phrase.
The highway to the danger zone.
That's something that I wrote those words like a few weeks ago. It's like you take the highway to the danger zone. That's a danger zone is an area where you're pedaling. You have too much pedal.
Right to it. Highway. Look right, cruising down the highway to the danger zone.
God. It was funny because I was talking to a friend of mine who's doing the back line for Kenny Loggins coming to town. I'm like, dude, get me backstage with Kenny Loggins. I'll do whatever it takes to hang out with Kenny Loggins. I'm going to let the guy borrow my HC28, I think, for the show, too, which is awesome, yeah. He's like, I need an extra HC. I'm like, yeah, dude, whatever. Yeah, it's like if he needs it.
Because how many did he say he needed?
Like 4 or something. He's like, I only got 3. I'm like, you can have one of mine.
Is it different tunings?
Who knows? Dude, it was just like stage props. I don't care. If Kenny Loggins smashes my HC28, that'd even be okay. Because like, what a story.
I mean, it would be cool.
Here's the neck of my HD.
Get the busted up HC28 back.
Kenny destroy. Like I don't really know if Kenny's a neck destroyer. But anyway, back to the pedals. He was the original founder of the Danger Zone Club, which like tries to keep people from overusing pedals.
Is that like the Hellfire Club?
God bless you. That's a deep cut. I can't wait to watch Stranger Things with my kids too. Because my son William's like, Dad, is it scary? I'm like, it will scare the bejesus out of you, son. You get scared of Finding Nemo still. He's about to turn 10. And I'm like, we're not ready for Stranger Things, kid. Because I punked him the other day. I put on The Walking Dead season 1, episode 1, and it's just like watching Rick Grimes just riding down like on his horse. Right. He's like, Dad, what is this? I'm like, it's just a cowboy show. He's like, don't worry about it. Dad, what do you think? Shows all his kids, Dad, what is this? And then he sees dead people in the car. He's like, Dad. Then he runs down the hallway. My 6-year-old is just like, this isn't scary. It's like the 4-year-old's like, why'd William leave? I'm like, yeah, I should stop doing this to my kids. Anyway, parenting advice from Baxter: don't do it. Don't be a parent. Is what I'm saying. Bad idea. All the way across the board. Horrible. I was catching vomit in my hands the other day, so I don't have to change the sheets.
I mean, that
was Saturday night.
That's just smart.
Yeah. While I'm watching Daisy Jones and the Six.
There you go.
I know. Sorry, we're off topic now because I think I've already won this argument. 4 pedals, 5 pedals. It's already over, right?
Man.
But Daisy Jones and the Six, it's a really fun show. It's kind of cheesy as hell. And what did I tell you? It's like if you thought Sons of Anarchy was hard, this is as soft as it gets. You know, so it's a great sort of version of Fleetwood Mac, and it's not them, but it's sort of loosely based on some fictional band. But it's cute. It's a fun little movie. Series is 8 episodes, 45 minutes a pop. I'm watching it. It's fun. Like the people are attractive. Elvis Presley's granddaughter is the star, and she is fantastic. I hope she has.
So it's worth it right there.
Which is just, well, yeah, in some ways. It's just, it takes a while to get into, and like as a dude, it's really hard to watch because it's like a romance girls novel, I think. But you don't watch it.
I'm assuming though the 6 is her pedal board. She has 6 pedals.
You're actually right, because she and they're the band that wrote the first lyrics of Highway to the pedal zone. That's how it was phrased out at first, and then it became the Danger Zone. That we wrote, we patented that. So I think yes, just no. So let us know your thoughts. If you have 3 pedal boards that you pull to your gig, if you're a crazy natty guy like me, all natty, with just
you're the Lizard King.
Being the Lizard King, what's the equivalent of Lizard?
You're like the Lizard King, except that he was a giant fraud.
So one more side note, then we'll go. Or if you're like Jonathan, but my mom was showing me all these pictures of like the Outlander star Sam Ewing, whatever his name is. She's like super attracted to him, and there's like this weird like chemistry they have. They've talked, I think, which is one of the like online, like literally Tyler a cameo, which is like, and it is like it could happen. It's like Outlander, like he likes older ladies sort of from a different time. Maybe you guys can connect, and Dad won't care because it's Sam. Who cares? But she's like, look at it, and I was like, look, I put up a picture of Tim Burton. I was like, what about this? And she said, what? I'm like, well, this is what people say I look like anyway, Mom. So don't you think your son's attractive? You jerk. So I know one loves me. I have lots of mommy issues. Sorry, there's a moment. That's all I got.
There you go.
Pedals.
Don't forget your buffers.
No, you don't need a compressor.
No, you probably don't.
If you have a great tune amp, you don't need one. They're cool. They're fun toys.
Sometimes. Just depends.
But you do need a ring modulator. You need a ring modulator.
No one needs that.
You need that.
No one needs
I'd say that's more important than your 13 stacked overdrives.
It's not.
You got to pick me out all these pedals too, like that one that I will love.
Okay.
I think that's going to be a nice we're going to do. We're going to do a video.
That's fair.
Okay, and then convert me. I'm leaving. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Thanks for joining us. Peace be with you.